Hi book lovers, I'm Claire Perkins, founder and owner of Book Talk Radio Club and self-published author of inspirational books Life Purpose, How to Find Your Reason for Living and The Dear God Letters. As a self-published author, I know how hard it is to get one's name out there. I was let down very badly by a national radio station that should have known better and cancelled my on-air interview to an audience of thousands of potential readers at the very last minute. In fact, I was on the train at the time going to the interview. Rather than stay angry and upset, I decided to see if I can set up my own internet radio station for indie authors, kind of like talk radio, but book talk radio, and give self-published authors a voice. My first book, Life Purpose, How to Find Your Reason for Living, cured me of panic attacks. How, you might ask? Well, I've always known from a very young age that my life purpose was to help people. Obviously, I didn't know how, but if someone was hurt, I would just run over and place my hands over the injured person and feel this tingling and heat, which now, of course, I know is energy healing. As I grew older, I found myself in jobs that I really didn't enjoy and felt that I should, a word that I now refuse to use, conform to family pressure, as alternative healing was not something that was really known about or would bring in a good wage. As time went by, I felt this continuing push to help people, but tried to squash it down and ignore it. In my spare time, I voraciously read every book about many different methods of alternative healing, but still did not use it for anyone's good, including mine. 2 years ago, I was in a terrible state. I knew that I was put here to help people, but still I was conforming, and the pressure had reached such a point that I found myself having severe panic attacks. I couldn't breathe and was mentally and emotionally all over the place. It happened that I was listening to one of Dr. Wayne Dyer's PBS videos on YouTube, and he was telling a Tolstoy story about a judge called Ivan Ilyich who lived in Moscow in the 19th century. Ivan hated his job, he wanted to live a different life, and in those times it was totally impossible to be a nonconformist. Even more than hating his job and his life, he hated his wife, as he felt that it was because of her that he had to conform. Well, Ivan was on his deathbed with his wife by his side, and on his last breath looked up at her and said, "What if my whole life has been wrong?" That was it for me. I decided there and then that I would not be on my deathbed asking that question and regretting my life. I sat down and promised myself that I was no longer going to conform and worry what other people thought, and wrote my first book in 6 weeks, Life Purpose, How to Find Your Reason for Living. The writing was easy. It just flowed out of me. However, the rest was an extremely steep learning curve. I had to learn how to format and edit for Kindle and create space. I had to learn how to price my book in order that it would sell, design the cover, then of course how to market it. I'm pleased to report that the sales are doing well and I've had great feedback. My second book, The Dear God Letters, took longer to write and is also enjoying good sales and reviews. I've designed the cover for my third book, Sorceress, but I'm so busy helping other self-published authors to have a voice that's been put on the back burner for the moment. I'm now happy and content and pleased with the life I'm living. I'm helping self-published authors like myself to have a voice through Book Talk Radio's on-air interviews. Life is indeed good. You can visit Book Talk Radio Club at www.booktalkradio.info, and you can purchase my books on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Nook and Kobo. Thanks for listening. Bye now.